my page pulled up so I can see the chat, because you know I can't read the chat through here. So much I feel like has happened. And this is my if you hear Jeremy in the background, it just pretend they're not cuss words. That's probably what you hear. But yeah, at this point, I really feel like a normal person would have thrown in the towel. But let me see what I can do here. Why won't it let me just see my page? That's all I want. Okay. It's not going to work for me on my own computer. But I see people are finally coming in. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday. Okay, now I can see the chat. Yeah, it's been, I guess this is day 6, but the first 4 days of the year were crappy. You'll hear I'm gonna cough a lot. I'm snotty. But so multitasking today. It's really cold here. It is high of 40, I think. But the ice storm apparently just made it to the county next to us and didn't actually hit us, luckily. The guys are outside because Adam is here, and they are working on the new boat. They got a boat at auction, against my advice, I'm just saying. Because I'm trying to save money here. But it was auction, really cheap. So they're putting new hubcaps on it or something. Yes. So for those of you asking in the channel or in the chat, yes, Jeremy got his channel back. Have a cat hair in my mouth. Imagine that. The way he had to go about doing that, because you can't actually contact Google directly, is you have to go to their Twitter or X page and contact them through that. But after making a video and sending in ID and all this stuff, he got his channel back. It has been restored. Things aren't in the right order because they're like, as they come out is some of the ordering, and well, that got screwed up. Let's see. So yeah, so I'm all manly, even more manly, sounding thing. I just have that, that annoying linger that always happens after you get sick, especially for me. And of course, it's been killing me not being able to touch the cabin. And I went to try to one day, and it was so cold outside because it was like 31. And for some reason, I swear it feels colder inside the cabin. I was not fully dress prepared, and I lasted like 5 minutes. So, and then a different day, Jeremy yelled at me because I still had COVID and I was trying to come out here. I didn't have, like, I was over the fever and all, but he wanted me to rest. And yeah, so Jeremy will be going live, I think, today, with Adam, so he can discuss more detail what happened to his channel. Something so simple and kind of common when you have a channel and people want to sponsor you, went rogue. And it turned out to be the Russians. Yay! He had Russian hackers. So, yeah, first 4 days I had COVID. Jeremy's channel got hacked, and we got the bad news that the wrecker is a sitting dead duck, or I don't know what the phrase. It's gone. DOA, dead on arrival. There is no saving the wrecker at this point unless Let me put my privacy on. Where's my do not disturb? There we go. Hopefully that's not messing up my stream too much. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry, had to put the do not disturb on. Friends are calling. But yeah, so Jeremy got his channel back. Russians crazy little mishap last night. The guys don't think I should talk about it, but I find it funny. Gavin was playing with Scout. Scout went for the toy, missed the toy, got him between the legs. There may have been a little cut on the underside. He didn't scream this morning when the Band-Aid came off, so we're good. But he took it like a champ. He laughed the entire time because, you know, it's noise and it's that part. And so, yeah, he's laughing the whole time, but he sits down, he turns purple, he does a couple heaves. He managed to choke it back. And then he wiped a little tear from the corner of his eye. He's like, I'm good. But he's laughing the whole time. And then you can tell he's still a bit uncomfortable. I was like, do you need to go check and see? He's like, there's blood. And in the middle of cooking dinner, this happens. So I'm like, okay, you get to wait. Because if I walk away from the stove, our dinner's ruined. So I made like true country fried steak and gravy with rice, fresh bread, and fresh green beans with some Greek seasoning on them. So it was a good dinner. Let's see what else. Yeah, COVID-wise, everyone in the house got COVID to start with the cough. Feet got a little runny nose and lethargic for a day. Gavin coughed and lethargic for a day. Jeremy about the same. I'm the only one that was hit hard with it. And I wasn't hit that hard. The flu was way worse a couple months ago. Can you, yeah, you guys should still be able to see me. I just saw that it was starting to lag, but I think it's when I had to put it on Do Not Disturb.
Do
Jeremy's
I hear talking?
ruining it.
I ain't ruining it.
I do have a hand warmer in here. That's what I'm flopping around.
Smells like a cameo. That's what it smells like in here, is a cameo.
A cameo.
Man.
I couldn't film out on the porch because you were cussing. It stinks in here.
Smells bad. Smells like do.
Well,
So are you live?
I am.
Oh, cool. I need sandpaper.
I'm sitting on it right here. There you go. Have a pile of it.
Wait. Is it like, I got 150.
What grit do you need?
220 will probably be fine.
I think I used up all the 220, but there might be some in that pile right there.
Neat. What's everybody doing? Huh? Are you on Saving the Cabin?
I am.
Man. Yeah. We were on such a roll, and then bam, ran into trouble. Where's 320? That'll work even better. I just need to knock it down. Can I take the whole thing and cut it in half? What's up?
Oh, I guess take it.
Well, I don't need the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't cussing outside. How dare you? Why do it horizontal?
It makes you now. Remember?
What? No. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
He's stealing my sandpaper. And you can see all the fluff on the ground behind him. He made a mess.
Who did? Well, that's just part of it, man. It's called demo.
Yeah, so I did explain Gavin's little issue nicely.
What? Man. Can't let that kid have any privacy. Oh, well.
He laughed through the whole thing.
He handled it like a champ. But I know how much pain that kid was in. Actually, I don't. I've never been chomped on like that.
Oh, Putt Putt is here. I think I know who Putt Putt is. Formerly known as a clown.
Yeah. Right. Have fun.
Yeah, he wants to know why you're promoting digital currency and, you know.
I hear it's all the rage.
Mm-hmm.
Just get into now. I have Bitcoin, I guess. I don't know. But I'm never going to open an email again. I'll tell you that much. Hip Hop Jewelry wrote me. As if that was the sponsor I was looking for, but I was like,
Hip Hop Jewelry.
Not even clicking it.
That would be a good sponsor for you.
Yeah, I'm going to wear the bling.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
So yeah, there's safeguards in place now, so this stuff can never happen. Um, and as you heard, Jeremy's never opening an email because that's what got him. All he did was open the contract and the email of the company he had been going back and forth with. They sent him a promotional video showing, the kind of thing that he should do. And all you have to do if you want is just drop this clip into your video. It's nice and easy. And we're going to send you a little bit of money because, that's how promotional stuff works. But they wouldn't tell him how much money it would be part of the contract. You live and you learn. And yeah, so things aren't going as expected or as quick around here just because we keep getting sick. So it is killing me. I came on here to kind of discuss that I went upstairs. I guess it was Christmas Eve. And I finally had that moment of, what the hell am I doing? That no sane person would really be here and trying to rebuild this. I stood in that room and I have this, my grandmother always called it a gift because she had it. I can tell if things are level. Even the slightest bit off, I can tell you if it's level. It's just one of the odd things that happen in my head. So I can stand in that room and I can tell you that there is nothing, now that it's completely stripped, the studs in the wall all slightly lean. The beam on top compared to the beam on bottom slightly leans out on one wall, but another wall it leans in. Like literally they put it up and they did not use a level. And this isn't, it's settled because they just the way certain parts fit together, you can tell that they literally built it crooked. They did not use a level on the entire thing. And so all the walls are wonky in every angle possible. And of course, there's the floor in the middle room, which is going to be the master bedroom, has the shingles underneath. Like I finally had that moment of, was I stupid? um Granted, I like a challenge, but when you strip it down to the bare bones and you realize that certain parts were, constructed well, the place is still here, but not done normally, I guess that's the word. Okay, I can see my breath, and I'm inside the cabin. Just saying. Yeah. I finally had that nausea, don't throw up on the floor moment, realizing there's a lot to fix. A lot. Um, yeah, I have my hat on and I think it's throwing kind of weird shadow. So you guys just get to deal with fuzzy hair. But my cat, it's so cute. Let's see. Yeah, we aren't the. So someone said sorry that we're having such a rough start. We are having a rough start, but we're not the get discouraged type. Normally, I mean, looking at all the slants in that room, I had a moment. But within 5 minutes, I'm already trying to figure out what needs to be corrected, what can stay. The fact that there's going to be drywall put back over the crookedness, and I can make things work. So it was only like a 5 minute period, but I think any normal person would have just been like, bulldoze it, get rid of it. Oh, Putt Putt was contacted by a Nigerian prince who was going to give him money. I think we've all had those princes contact us. Uh, ooh, you can see your breath most days in your apartment? You must live up north. Georgia, we're not used to that inside. That's not a thing. Uh, yeah, sorry. Just reading everyone's comments. But yeah, so Christmas Day is pouring rain. And there was this funny little moment where I saw water dripping down, like watermarks dripping down the corner at the stairs. And I was just like, that's the brand new roof. It shouldn't be leaking. I noticed there was drip marks on the stairs and I put my fingers in it. And I realized that's not water. That's squirrel pee. The part of the cedar room that is coming down, there's just 3 slats and that one spot left. The squirrels are crawling over and using that one spot that has 3 slats as their nest. And they are pissing in their nest. Excuse my language. Um, yeah. Christmas Day, I put my hand in the squirrel pee. And it took a second for it to really click. So I had it on both hands. And everyone left me in the cabin. We were going back inside to start dinner. Um, and I had squirrel pee. And I'm going, how do I get out of here? Luckily, Gavin came back for me. But while we were upstairs, Jeremy and I discussing everything, he asked me to stop working for now on those 2 rooms upstairs. I did explain to him my OCD has already completely reconstructed everything in there, and sitting on it will possibly kill me from the inside out. But um, he and the kids enjoyed Christmas Day so much because we spent a few hours inside in the kitchen area. No one wanted to leave. Everyone kept saying, "This feels right. We don't want to leave." It really was a perfect Christmas morning. I had cinnamon rolls pre-made from the breakfast spot that we always go to every Tuesday. That is our thing. The kids get on the school bus, we get dressed, we go, and because the kids' bus takes so long, the kids pass us as we're eating breakfast. It's horrible, I know, but yeah, that's our weekly date is the carriage house. And yeah, so no one wanted to leave. And do I have cough drops in my pocket so I don't sound so raspy? Can you tell I'm ADD? I mean, just wondering. Excuse me. But yeah. So Jeremy asked me to focus on the living room. Focus. Something I can do easily, can't you tell? That they want the living room done first. Kids agree. They want a couch. They want to be able to spread out down here. Who cares if I can't sleep at night because I'm planning out everything. But yeah, so I'm going to start the living room. It should be interesting. I need to order more chinking because that other wall in the kitchen, just front and back of it, because it had such big spacings, it took an entire bucket of chinking. So I need to get more of that ordered. I have to order see this green beam right here? One of them is partly rotted through, so it has to be replaced. So I have to go to the lumber mill because it's a special size. And then we have to, the other 2 beams have to be jacked up and over a couple weeks slowly pushed up because they're sagging by 2.5 inches from corner to middle is the difference. That's why the upstairs has that big dip to it, because it sags 2.5 inches. Let alone the fact that these beams were put in oddly. The farthest beam towards the side porch, these are 6x5 beams. So the farthest beam was put up 6 inches deep. The two in the middle were put up with the 5 inches going deep. I don't know why. It just is what it is. So I think that is the reason why those two beams are sagging more, because they put the skinnier side with the most weight on it, I guess you could say. But so yeah, there's a lot to do in this room. I can't do anything with the beams, one, without Jeremy being in town, but he started the demo in the Cedar Room before we got sick and before Christmas, and has a pile of wood on the floor. These beams, the ceiling above, let's see, these slats right here are nailed, each one to the beam. So I have to remove the floor on the upstairs, pull it up, and take the nail out of each one of those to be able to get that beam to be able to slide out. Because you can't just cut it up and yank down, because those beams, or those boards, can break. And they are going to be a pain in the butt, because they are literally in the subflooring, or in the structure of the wall. So there's a piece of wood, and then they sit on top, and then the rest of the wall going up. So they are literally built into the wall. So on each end, 3 rows of them have to be replaced. That'll also be fun. So all in all, this is the hardest room, just because of the ceiling. I also still have to do the hidey hole. So I think while Jeremy's gone on this trip, I'm going to do the hidey hole. Yes, also, I made a short joking around about Jeremy putting the lotion down the whole Silence of the Lambs thing. And apparently the viewers that I do have that are like millennials have no clue what that was about. They thought we were going to put the dog in the hole or something. And animal cruelty. So, yeah. That missed a good chunk of audience. Or others didn't find it funny whatsoever and think that our sense of humor is too dark. Also, while I'm on that subject of sense of humor, the people that did appreciate it were sending Jeremy little notes of, "Oh, Jeremy, you're so funny. I can't believe you came up with that." I don't do well when somebody else gets credit for what I come up with. It's me. I like to be known. I'm just saying it now. So when people kept thinking that Jeremy came up with that, no. I literally called him after the basket was set up and I had already bought the lotion. I was like, "Hey, I need you to come in here and read one line, bring the dog." And yeah, that's how it went. He of course figured it out immediately, because we quote that movie a lot. Oh, the polar vortex called winter. Yeah, I don't like winter, by the way. You guys will see a miserable human being. I ended up having to turn off the heaters in the cabin. So we did have the dining room and the kitchen sealed off. I bought this thing, it was like $25, and it's insulated, and when you walk through, it seals behind you. So it's like the coolest thing. Our power bill was the biggest power bill I've ever paid in my life. Ever. By like $200 over. Apparently using the laser for a lot, the heaters going full blast. Our RV, the heater wasn't working, like the gas heater, propane one. We had to replace the sail switch in it, which we did this past week. Yeah, so we were running electric heaters inside the RV too. Oh my God. I didn't know power bills could be that much for one piece of property. So that room gets to stay cold. Just what it is. The kids don't get to go and hang out in here anymore. That's what they were doing. I was keeping it nice and toasty. I'd come in here and I'd work with my laser, or I'd do something, um, my editing, whatever, and just hang out. And the kids would just play. And they still have all their Christmas stuff in the kitchen area. Christmas tree's still up in there. But since we've been in this extra cold snap, for Georgia, like, I'm not used to every day it being a high of 40. Granted, I'm only one county away from where we moved, so like a 45-minute drive, and we are in the mountains, and I know it gets chillier up here, but it's not normal to have a high of 40 every single freaking day. Besides the days I had COVID, it was nice and pretty. So we need to go back to those 50, 60 degrees so the cabin cannot be painful to walk into. I swear, when you walk out the door, it is warmer outside right now than it is inside. It holds the cold. And the cold is coming in through all those holes up there, the big gigantic open gap in one of the walls. So it is completely impossible to even warm up this cabin right now. When Jeremy gets back, we are going to be sealing up that hole in the side. I will go ahead and do some of my bug spraying that I need to do. The stuff that kills those powder post beetles on the wall, all the little holes and stuff. Silverfish, that nasty, nasty bug that was infesting upstairs, it kills those instantly. It's the borax solution, and it's perfectly safe. It's non-toxic to humans and pets. So I'm going to pre-treat inside of every single wall. Anything wood in this place is going to have that from now on. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then do spray foam in the areas that need to be sealed up, so we can go ahead and just get this place nice and airtight. Let's see. Squirrel Pee, aren't I vet tech? Yes, and I know that Squirrel Pee carries your pets. So, ew, Squirrel Pee. Oh, so Santa brought everyone, by the way, these cute little things. They're electric hand warmers that connect together. So it is helping me battle some of the cold in here with my electric vests on. Yeah. I'm going to get crap done around here. I just need it to be above 40 degrees. I don't do well. But yeah, so the next videos are going to switch. I feel so ADD and scared of brain at the moment. So sorry if I'm really bouncing around on topics. All the chinking, the beams, the ceiling. I have to put the ceiling back up, that pile of wood that's in the kitchen. So like the covering for the ceiling instead of just the subflooring that you can see right now. The hidey hole, which I'll do while Jeremy's gone. Once he gets back, we'll seal up upstairs, and then shut those two rooms up. At the moment, I can't shut the door. The electrician was trying to quickly run the power cable to the RV, the 50 amp, and he ran it through the room. So I can't actually shut the door. So that's gotta get moved. And it goes out where that hole is. So to be able to fix that hole, that wire has to be moved anyways. And yeah, the kids and I are going to be coming in here. I'm putting Fiona on de-nailing duty. Anything she can reach upstairs in that room is going to get de-nailed. I'm going to give Gavin a hammer and have him start pulling nails, which I know will take forever. It's just something to have him do. I'm trying to get this room cleared out so I can start working in here easily. the kids' hidey hole has been commandeered and is now a tool room. We are going to start piling up from the cedar room all those cedar walls that are coming down on the front porch and denailing out there. It's a lot of not fun, busy work that has to be done. So there won't be a lot of filming because I'm sorry, guys. Some of you guys say that you want to see everything. You don't want to see me sit at a pile of wood and denail for hours upon hours because that's literally how long denailing takes to not crack all the wood. So I figure I might do just these little lives, come on for 30 minutes or so and do a live and talk to you guys. I try to do it more often. I think all of us, like Jeremy, Adam, we realize how much we like interacting with you all and how much you like just seeing what goes on. Um, on that same note, this channel will change a little, but I think you've all kind of seen the way it's going. Um, I get a lot of questions on more than just the cabin. Like people, I, I love you all, but sometimes I don't get why you could be interested in us. But yeah, people want to see more of us. So this will be rescuing the cabin, bringing it back to life, the property, because the property needs a lot of help too. Trying to, I have some good Southern recipes that I think I want to share. It's like chicken and dumplings, but like an easy chicken and dumpling. That is the most ultimate comfort food. I have made it for so many friends when sick through the years, and everyone wants the recipe, and no one seems to be able to repeat it. And I don't know, because I know the recipe, I go by it. I don't know if I'm forgetting something, but at the same time, Bisquick, which is one of my cheats, Bisquick changed the recipe probably 10 years ago, and it doesn't make a broth anymore the way it used to. So I have a cheat that I've figured out to be able to fix that. So I was just going to show you all a quick 20-minute chicken and dumplings that makes it taste like it's been there for hours cooking on the stove and that you've done so much work when you haven't. And it was one of my mom's recipes. And like last night, I made the country fried steak and gravy, and like true country fried steak where you fry up the steak, but then you saute it back into the gravy so everything's mushy. And then you put that over rice. It just, it's a lot of comfort food. Yesterday I felt that comfort food was needed. After the hacking, it was needed. And I tried to do an extra little surprise of caramel pecans, and I overcooked my caramel even though my thermometer said it was the right temperature, and now you can barely bite into them. They're so hard. If you want to suck on it for 5 minutes and then chew on it, you can. But yeah, I killed that caramel. Tastes great. Too hard. Yes, Charlie and the others are not being seen right now just because the RV, to me, it is chaos. Pure chaos. Have you ever tried to live for a year and a half in an RV and your family just keeps accumulating stuff? Even though when you moved in the RV, you downsized and you pared everything down, and then you start getting stuff again. And then you realize that there's spots that rodents can get to if you put your food in certain areas. So then all of a sudden your food storage space gets limited. So like you get rid of the rodents, but they keep getting attracted back if you put stuff back in that area. So now I just have storage space I can't use for anything really. It's I'm going mad. I think we all are. The kids have their space, but Jeremy and I are running out of room. And yeah. We need it out of the cabin, or out of the house into the cabin. I wouldn't be shocked if all the upper rooms hadn't been done yet, but we get this part down here done and a bathroom. I would not be shocked if everyone wanted to live in here, and we just go in there for showers. No joke. We are going that mad. There's my rant. Let's see. Oh, building hot houses. Yeah, it's an option. Takes more time than I'm willing to do right now. Oh, it's love that I put into my recipes. Possibly. Bitter hatred of my mother. No. That's actually, I don't know if I've ever shared that with you guys. I started writing a book about my crazy mother. I mean, crazy. Very interesting life she led. That is one of the things that once we are in the cabin, I'm going to sit and finish. Just for me, it's a bit therapeutic, but at the same time, she was such a nut job. And the things that that woman did and managed to live through, it's, I think it would be an enjoyable book. I'm a book nerd. I listen to books on audio all the time, but I also read books. And of course, right now they're all like chicken and homesteading books that I had next to the bed. Oh, and my bread baking book. But yeah, I am writing a book. I have it all outlined and 2/3 of the way written, maybe half, we'll say. But yeah, I think one day I'll be releasing a book too. But I have to get in this cabin before I can have time for that. Because when you sit and you try to remember fine details of things from like your childhood, you can't just get up and be mom every 5 minutes. It just doesn't work. Oh yeah, the storage containers are here. Someone's asking about them. They are being used for stuff from our storage containers or storage units that we have. We had been transporting stuff over here, but the white van that had been the dive van, we sold. Are you back? Hopefully. Let me see if I can see me moving here. Can you see me now? I don't know what happened. Oh, I'm back. Okay. So yeah, so we still need to get stuff out of our storage units. We got them partially unloaded, but we need to transport more to the storage units that we have on the property. So the white van, because someone asked what happened. We sold it because we need the money. We have a friend that received the equipment from when we owned the wheel business, and he is going to be making payments to every month to be able to pay us for the van. And yes, he's someone that we deeply, deeply trust, so we don't have to worry about that. But basically all that is tax money. I love taxes. But yeah, so the van couldn't just sit and keep getting insurance paid on it and all that crap when we got bills to pay. So yeah, we will. I don't know, depending on, we'll probably have to pay taxes first and see what that looks like and what's left. And then afterwards, there are some flat rate movers that are literally like you pay them $300-400 for the day and get a truck, and they just all day they just move everything they can. That's how we emptied out our house. They were extremely affordable. They even packed up our house because Jeremy being gone and me by myself with having my grandmother, who was 98 when she passed away. She had all 98 years worth of stuff in her room, which was the big mother-in-law suite downstairs, and my garage was full of my mother's stuff because my mother was using us as her storage unit when she died. So yeah, there was just so much stuff. And there's still so much stuff that now will go into the storage units, and then I can slowly go through. There's going to be one heck of a yard sale one day. But yeah, so I will hopefully be writing that book about my crazy mother, and like just to kind of fill you in, because I think it's the funniest of them all. My mom's last arrest was for throwing a little person. According to the arrest records, the dent was approximately 20 feet out from the porch where my mother threw her. Keep that in mind. And it was a little person who was into S&M. Just at a house that my mother lived in with a different little person who was the dominant of the rest of the people in there. So that little person that got thrown, she was the sub of that little person, and her girlfriend. And my mom and her husband lived in this house. And no, I'd never once asked if my mother was part of this. But that little person's husband, ex-husband, and son all lived there. And the ex-husband and husband were her subs too. And this was the location of my mother's wedding, was this person's house. So that wedding was the turning point that I knew there was no saving my mother. She was a lost cause. So yeah, that's a little glimpse into my mother and her killing my father. That's what the book really revolves around, is her being nuts and the evidence I have that she murdered him. Or attempted to, stood by while it happened. So you'll have to read the book one day. I jokingly think in my head that I'll do little excerpts of it as little shorts, just read like a couple paragraphs of the what the heck moments, and be like, if you want to live 6 husbands, or 6 marriages, 5 husbands, one of them may have been an America's Most Wanted. Just, I've had 2 stepdads, all the fun stuff. It will be quite a book because people don't believe me on some of the stuff that I say about my mother. But like that arrest record, oh, I have it. I have physical copy. The coroner's report for my father, that like you go, well, if she said he died of overdose of this drug, that drug in the system, and the coroner's even asking it, but my mother rushed the cremation. So he dies on a Sunday night, and he's already having a funeral at 10 a.m. Tuesday morning. That type of thing, And the coroner going, we should have been able to look into this more. And they just drop it from there, So I got the evidence to back up the crazy stories. But, sorry, trying to read your chat. As they say, I had the receipts. Yeah, I do. I can only imagine if I got the... I do have friends that are cops. Maybe I can find out my mom's full arrest record, because that would be interesting. Because her first time getting arrested, she was, I think, 14. So we'll see. We'll see. Excuse me for all the coughing. If you missed out recovering from COVID. And yeah, we are going to be starting the living room. And once that hole in the wall is finished or sealed up, the upstairs is done for a little bit until we get the living room. And have you seen how big this room is? I think I measured it as an 18 by 18 cabin is this section. And I have to chink all of it, inside and out. Chinking's not the worst part. The drywall would be the worst part upstairs. I keep telling myself that. Yeah. I just look around with me. Look around with me. Here. There we go. Okay. Do you see all this? I have to pull out all the cement, re-chink it all the way around. Not fun. Whew, I look like a hot mess. So, yeah, fuzzy. I look like I'm going bald at this angle. It's lovely. But, yeah, you like my only makeup I have on is some lower mascara because I look completely dead, and a little bit of eyeliner. And the rest of this, some of you guys know I get the fake lashes because mine are so blonde. And I have a friend that hooks me up. So yeah. This is what Jeremy wakes up to. But that is it for me for today. Like I said, I'm going to try to go live a lot the next few days, just kind of as an experiment, really. I like interacting with you all. You all seem to enjoy their interaction yourselves. And I get more done if I show you as I'm going, even though I don't know if that'll be fun or not for you guys, or just really freaking boring. I mean, I said this is an experiment, because it's having to take time to edit. So film for a day, edit for a day, film for a day, edit for a day. I could get a lot more done in the cabin if I'm not worried about editing. I still have to worry about, are you guys able to see what I'm doing? Which that in itself takes some time. But I have a feeling I can get more done. So, I think maybe as I'm crawling around underneath the cabin, I don't know if I'll get reception well there. So to fix the hidey hole, I may steal a GoPro for that part. But we'll see. Maybe as I'm finishing up that room, because I still have to put in the slider that goes in the top for the coat rack and all that stuff. As I'm finishing that up, then maybe I'll go live at that point. But I think that's my next step, is that crawling around underneath the cabin. If we can just get a not freezing cold day. That's raining like today. But we have snow in the forecast 2 more times this week. So we'll see. All right. Any questions to go along? Put nails while doing your live. Oh, pull the nails. I could do that. I can pull nails while going live. I think it would be more interesting me pulling out all the cement so you can see how some of it is barely hanging in there. But yeah, there's so much to do in this room. So there's going to be plenty of lives, plenty of opportunity. And this room is only going to get even colder when I start pulling the chinking out, because then, you can see straight out. And I do have a side project real quick to tell you about. Both my kids have watched The Labyrinth over and over and over, just like I have. And there are all these holes, like here and there, that were peg holes that they use for shelves and different things like that. I want to make a little hello worm from The Labyrinth, the little blue guy, and put him in one of the holes, just because I can. So my son got clay for Christmas, and he and I are both going to make our own. So he gets to put one somewhere, that the one that he makes, and I'm going to put one somewhere. He's my little artist, my little engineer. He was drawing robots last night. Boys. But let's see. I did ask him to draw a cat. He's like, it's a shame. I figure I can walk out here and show you guys as I'm saying goodbye. Oh, let me, restoration task not easy. When do you get time to breathe? I breathe through the COVID. Uh, um, the ugliest boat in the world that I will forever hate, no matter what it looks like, is out here. Let's see. Wait. Yeah, that's it. That's the new boat. You see that ugly crap? Wait, let's see if I can twirl. Oh, I am. Oops. Adam's like, you're not live, are you? We haven't shown this yet. I won. But, okay, guys. I will wait for the sirens to pass. And I will see you on next live and the next video. So thank you for joining me, and wish me luck because Jeremy's going to be gone for the next week. Bye.